Hey, this is Roland from PMI JCM Realty Group, where we manage properties from an asset management perspective. Today, what we're going to be talking about is what do you do this time of year? So this time of year is ideal to replace these 6 things at your rental property. And property management is a seasonal business, right? You do have your peak periods and your downtime. And although the summer is typically your peak period because most people move around during this time to get their kids into better schools, to change housing, it usually happens around this time. But also, this is also a time that you can make repairs on your property because the weather is better, so particularly if you're up north somewhere, right? But even when you're down south in one of the southern states, it's also a good time to make those changes as well. And so right now we're going to talk about 6 things that you can do to improve your property around this time because, the weather does permit. And so the first one that we want to talk about are, doors and windows. Changing your windows to to energy efficient windows are, something that you definitely should do. Doing them in the winter months may not be a good idea because it is cold. And so making sure you get that done during the summertime is something that you want to do as soon as you can get the budget for it, right? Conceivably, you should have had the budget pre-planned before you even purchase the property. And you should be taking money out each month from your rent as an overhead to cover these capital expenses. Nonetheless, this is the right time to do it exactly when you're going into the summer months. Next is your air conditioning unit. If the inspections that you do on your ACs, which you should be doing at least once a year, if they raise any issues, any things that you need to change or fix, right before it gets really hot is the best time to do it, right? So that it keeps you from having, an emergency at 100-degree heat on the winter. I mean, in the weekend. So make sure that you're taking the time to get those issues resolved before it becomes an emergency problem after it gets too hot. Deck and patios, making sure that you get those pressure washed and cleaned. This is a good time to repair any railings or anything like that. So make sure that you're paying attention to your deck and your patios and getting those things repaired before we get into the swing of having barbecues, people on deck, people on patios, and things like that. Driveways and sidewalks, you definitely need to make sure that those are pressure washed. You can really do that anytime, but making it look right before the summer is definitely good. So take the time to make any repairs if necessary, and if you need to, if it doesn't need repair, but just cleaning, getting your pressure wash is something you need to make sure that gets done. The gutters and roofing, always have your roof inspected, right? There are a lot of people who are getting their insurance are going up, right? And sometimes they're getting dropped by the insurance company because of the age of the roof. So make sure you get your roof inspected. Make sure that you're getting those gutters cleaned out because that's definitely going to help keep the condition of your home fresh and new. And if you don't want to get dropped by your insurance, making sure that you understand the age and health of your roof and getting those things repaired as well. Interior painting projects, right? Generally for properties, they only get painted when the property is being turned over to a new tenant if necessary. I would say to you, take a look at your property. I get properties inspected at least 3 times a year. So if there's an opportunity to get the painting refreshed, definitely do that because it'll make this place smell better. It'll make it look better and your tenants will be happier. If, this topic is something that resonates with you and you're trying to identify, what to put on your to-do list, let PMI JCM Realty Group help. We're an expert in this area. We can definitely help smooth the transition and getting those things done for you. We're going to have a free webinar that we want you to join. It's how to streamline your rental property portfolio for maximum growth. We're going to talk about this property and also how to guarantee the rent even if the tenant doesn't pay. We're also going to show you several key features in property management, some secrets that current property owners, property managers are not talking about things that can definitely get you more return on your investment. So please join us for that webinar. And also, we have our Facebook group, and in our Facebook group, we have investors that have the same goals as you do, and they'll be able to answer any questions you have and help you along. And if you have any specific questions that you need my help with, you can put a meeting on my calendar with the link in this article. You can also contact me directly at 813-333-9617. You can also email me at rcharles@pmijcmrealty.com. Thank you.